Good afternoon, everybody. All right, let me start off with just introducing myself. For those who are joining me as a first time, basically I'm a HR practitioner with more than 38 years, and I have in the last 2 years and HR Singapore. So I would like to share my knowledge and expertise with all of you, and hopefully guide you through your journey to become a good HR business partner. So today I'm going to talk about employee engagement, some of the key elements in employment engagement, the different types and level of employment engagement, how to develop a holistic employee engagement plan, and dealing with disengaged employee. But first, let me say a few words about us. Basically, NewSmart is part of New Vista, who is a Oracle NetSuite solution provider. They have been around since 2012. And NewSmart, we started in 2015, and we have a very comprehensive HRMS with more than 30 customers in 10 countries. We cover from hire to exit, looking into recruitment, payroll, attendance, leave, training, performance, expenses, claim, assets, and so forth. So very comprehensive, one of the very few. Besides having the HRMS, we also do HR consulting and payroll outsourcing. So for those who are interested in our service, do not hesitate to contact us. Okay, you can always write into UDT, and we will get in touch with you. Okay, let's get today's session on the way. A little bit about introduction to employee engagement. What is employee engagement? Okay, but before we go into that, I do receive a few questions from the participants today. Some of the questions are how to active engage healthcare workforce who are burnout, feel that they deserve a much better compensation package, how to break the ice and get employees from different levels to share, how to get engaged in a hybrid mode to employees. Okay. Or want to know more about some fun activities relating to employee engagement. Okay, so these are some of the questions that was dropped in earlier. So I'll try my best to answer them in this session. If you do have other questions along the way, please feel free to ask by raising your hand or type your question in the Q&A or in the chat so that I can see it and I'll answer it. Okay, according to Gallup, who defines employee engagement as the involvement and activity of employees in their work and workplace. Okay, so this in simple terms means how happy and motivated or involved are your employees in the company. So employee engagement is the strength of both mentally and emotional connection employees feel towards their work. So they must be interested in their work. They must be able to work well with their peers as well as other stakeholders in the organization. So this is basically employee engagement. So in simple terms, why employee engagement is important? Well, because when employees are happy and committed to their work, they will be more involved in company performance. They will be having high level of team spirits working together to achieve company objectives. And they will constantly develop themselves and provide feedback to the management on how to improve the organization. So once an employee is engaged, they are happy, they are motivated, they'll be committed, and they will help the company to progress. And also when employees are happy and satisfied with their jobs, they will have pride in their work and there will be loyalty in the organization. People will stay. So in terms of employee retention will be very high when employees are happy. And also when employees are engaged in their job or with the organization providing feedback and so forth, there will be a high level of productivity as well as performance. So these are important if you want to have a good organization that is growing, where people are able to stay and help grow the company. So it's important to engage the employee. There are two well-known speakers, okay, who always says, if we take care of the employees will take care of our customer. And where our customers are happy, we will have good business, okay, and the shareholders will be very happy. So one of them is Herbert Kilila, who is the ex-chairman and CEO of Southwest Airlines. And the other one is a well-known Sir Richard, okay, Branson, who is the CEO of Virgin Group of Virgin Airlines. So those people understand that if you want to keep your customer happy, you have to make your employee happy. And what makes our employee happy? Okay, that is the $1 million question. How can we make our employee happy in the organization? All right, everybody has different requirements. Everybody have different needs, different aspiration. Okay, some of them look at work-life balance. Some are very ambitious. They want to have good promotion, recognition. Some of them is compensation. Okay, others look at developments, etc. So there are many things that the employees wants. Okay, so depending on who are the employees and what is their needs. So, and what makes the employee happy again? For HR people, it boils down to the basic needs of people. If you look at the right-hand side triangle, you will know that this is Maslow hierarchy of needs, the motivation theory. So right at the bottom is the physiological needs, where people are requiring the basic thing, food, water, and so forth. Then you have the safety needs, where they need security and safety. And then the next level is belongingness or love. Okay, so that is relationship, team spirit, and so forth. And then we have the esteem needs the feeling of actualization is meeting one's goals. So if HR people, you are able to understand this hierarchy of needs, you will know how to be involved in employee engagement. You will be able to know how to draw your employee engagement plan, because this is a very important base foundation, okay, of framework for your employee engagement. So there are some key elements in employee engagement. Okay, one of them is communication and feedback. Employee engagement is nothing but communication and feedback, getting involved with where the employers get involved with the employees. Feedback, that means your employee engagement is not very good and needs to be improved. All right. So it's not basically communicating and getting feedback, but also effective listening. All right. A lot of people communicate and give feedback, but nobody listens, and that's bad. Okay. So employee engagement refers to communication between employer and employee and feedback to one another and both listening. Okay? So this is the fundamental of employee engagement: communication, feedback, and effective listening. The other elements of employee engagement is commitment. Commitment from both the management and the employees. Next is motivation. Okay, they must be motivated. There must be trust between one another. All right. No point engaging when there is distrust. Then employee engagement will not work. Okay. Once you have trust, you have commitment, employee will be motivated and there will be loyalty. Okay. So I want to highlight for employee engagement, commitment and trust is the two most important elements. Okay. Again, when we are doing employee engagement, the first thing is the basic needs. Okay, what are the materials, equipment needed for a person to do their job? Okay, what is expected of the employee in their job? If these questions are answered, when employees know, okay, their basic needs are met, okay, they are engaged. If they do not know, then they are not. And then they will go the next step. Once they know, the next step they want to know is, do I get support from the management? If I have difficulty in my work, is there someone to help me? Right? If I do it well, do I get recognition? So these are important. Do the company provide me with technologies, resources, okay, assistance to get my work done? Okay. Then once that has been done, employee will be looking at the next level, what teamwork, what my colleagues, my peers, okay, will they help me in my work? Will we be able to work together to get things done? Will we be able to share our responsibilities and so forth? And finally, the growth, whether I can continue to develop myself and grow in the company. So these are very important elements in employee engagement. You all need to understand the basic. Once you understand that, then you will understand employee engagement. So there are different types and levels of employee engagement. Okay, so the types, there are different types. So we could have employee engagement between employees and employees. So employee and peers. Okay, so this is basically building team spirit, teamwork among employees in the organization. These are important. Okay, so employee engagement is not only just managers and employees. It's also employees and employees working as a team. So, but of course, more importantly, is manager and employees. If the managers is good, most of the time, employees will stay with the organization. Employee engagement is high. But once the managers is a poor leader, is not in supporting of employees or his staff, then employees will be disengaged. And finally, there's company and employees. So organization wide, okay, where our top management needs to engage employee and communicate to them about organization events, informations, etc. So these are the three different types, okay, of employee engagement. So you need to understand engagement. Employee engagement is not only just managers and employees, but it can be employees and organization and employees. Here is a picture of a typical people pushing a cart. So imagine this is your organization. There are different kind of people. You have the engaged employees who will push and work very hard to get the cart up the hill. And then there will be the people who are not engaged. Well, they do nothing. They are not going to be disengaged, but they are not engaged. It means they do nothing. They just sit either by the sideline, do their own work, nothing more, nothing less. They don't care. They are happy where they are. They have no plans to develop, to grow, to participate, and so forth. And then the last group, they are the actively disengaged employees who are not participating, but instead disrupting the team spirit. Okay. They are the one who will badmouth the organization. They are the one who always refuse, to accept certain policies, regulations. They always feel being unfair and so forth. They felt that they are not compensated well enough, etc., etc. Always complain, the complaint king and queen. So in this picture, who are the engaged employee? A, B, C, D, E. Who are the one? If you know the answer, put it in your chat. Okay, let me see whether you know who are the engaged employee. A, B, C, D, E. Who are the one? Which one? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Is it D? Or is it E? Who are the engaged employee? So type in your answer if you know. All right. In the Q&A or in the chat. Okay. Go to your chat and type in the answer. Then who do you think are the not engaged? The one who sit idle, do not do anything, do not lift a finger to help, just watched, wait and see. And then who do you think is or are the employees who are actively disengaged? All right. E is the engaged employee, right? Good, that's correct. Are there any other engaged employee? What about not engaged employee or disengaged employee? Well, I hope the rest of you can participate. Or you want to unmute yourself and tell me your answer? It's fine. C and D are not engaged. Okay. C and D are not engaged. Not that correct. C is not engaged, but D, I do not think so. Look carefully again. A is actively disengaged. Yes, okay, that's correct. Well, to save time, let me give you the answer. Okay. A and B is actively disengaged. Why? A is trying to slow down the cart, and B is standing on the wheel. And when you stand on the wheel, it will cause the wheel to slow. All right. It cause the wheel to put on weight to the wheel. All right. In the way they turn. So that is actively disengaged, okay, causing the cart to slow. C is not engaged. He's just sitting there, doing nothing, not helping, and not lifting a finger. Just sit there and watch. Okay. D and E are the engaged employee. They are, as you can see, E is pulling, D is pushing, pulling along as well, helping A. So D and E are engaged, while C is not engaged and A and B is disengaged. So it's important in your organization for you to find out who are the employees who are actively engaged, engaged employee. Who are the employees who are not engaged? And who are the employees who are actively disengaged? It is important for HR to know so that you can address the issue, the gaps. Okay? Why you need to identify your employees, whether they are actively disengaged, not engaged, or actively engaged. Because if you do not take care of the actively disengaged employee, they will cause more harm to your organization and may lead or make organization. And that may hurt the organization. So who are the actively disengaged employees? And you need to take action. Okay. Please take there's one employee engagement, only one type or two type of employee engagement, and says that you will take care of organization engagement. No, you can't do that. You have a variety of employee engagement program to cater for different types and different levels of engagement. All right. But first of all, before you come up with employee engagement program, the first thing you need to do is find out who are the actively disengaged, not engaged, and the engaged employee. You need to identify and separate them into different groups, right, before you come up with any employee engagement. Because if you don't, whenever you introduce an employee engagement program, the actively engaged employee will participate, will be very engaged in your engagement program. What happened to the actively disengaged? They will badmouth and say your employee engagement is no good, not effective, there's no reward, there's of money, and that hurts. Okay, so it may not be positive. It may end up destroying your employee engagement program. So you need to identify the employee who are actively disengaged and deal with them first. All right. All right. Before I go on, any question? Raise your hand and we will unmute you. If not, you can type your question in the question Q&A or in your chat. Okay. If not, then I'll go on. Okay, how you develop an employee engagement, okay, plan. So first thing, okay, the employee engagement plan, okay, needs to cater to different types, okay, even for new hires as well as existing employees. Right, it's important that any new hire coming to your organization, you need to get them engaged. They need to know that you have an employee engagement culture in the organization. So for new hires that you all have offered while they are waiting to join your organization, remember to send them information about the companies. If there's any new events, new news, okay, information, send it to those new hires who are waiting to join your organization. Okay? Invite them to participate in activities. Okay? If you have any gathering, any meetings, get them to join. Okay? Let them feel that they are part of the organization. Let them understand and let them fit the company values. Okay? So it's important to get your new hires involved. So I always, whenever I hire people, I always get all the administrative work done 2 weeks before they join. Get them to fill in the forms, okay, send them companies in, and then sometimes if I have social activities, recreation activities, I do invite them to join. Okay, so it's up to them. Some of them will not come, some of them will join. All right. So then you will know who are those new hires who are very actively engaged and those who are not engaged. Okay. And then for the existing employees, I say the first thing you need to know is to find the pulse of your organization, find the gaps, to know who are the engaged and disengaged employees. Okay. Then the next thing, after you identify those, the next thing is to do a survey to see what the employees' needs are. What are they looking at? No point trying to promote a lot of social activities, recreation activities, giving them good perks, okay, when not happy with certain managers, okay, or management, or certain things. So you are tackling the wrong thing. You're addressing the wrong issue, right? So before you jump into do a survey to find out what are the problems, get feedback from employees, why they are not happy, etc., etc. Do find the problem first and then address those problems. Be engaged, actively engage with those employees to get the problem solved. Most of the time, okay, people say your company don't have employee engagement. Is not true. It's just that you are not tackling the root cause of the problem. So step one, make sure you get commitment and support from your top management. Okay? Your top management must be committed to engagement. And when you bring it up to the top management, they say, sorry, I don't have the time to meet the employees. Okay, can you do it? All right. And when you tell from the surveys, okay, people say that, oh, there is no instant feedback to your top management. Sorry, all these are confidential, cannot share. So if there's no employee engagement will not work. So before any employment engagement takes place, you need to make sure that the top management is committed and support. Okay, there must be trust and respect for one another, and the top management must provide the support and resources, the time, okay, to speak to employees, the time to address to the employee. Step two, I say, know the gaps in the organization, conduct employee satisfaction surveys, find out what is their problem. Are they with the work? Are they not happy with their manager? Are they happy? Are they not happy with the salary? Happy with the find out what is the root cause. Okay. After doing surveys, if the action address, then employee will start to trust and respect HR. Okay. And you'll find that them more engaged, they become more disengaged. If you conduct a survey, the gap, it will not have confidence and trust in you. Okay. Then they will say, basically, HR is NATO, no action, talk a lot. Okay. Remember to obtain managers and employees' feedback, form focus group and committees to look at problems. Okay. So sometimes you yourself alone as HR may not be enough. You need to rope in people, establish committee, establish focus groups, okay, and brainstorm how to be more effective in your employee engagement. Right? So do get other employees involved. Not engaged and those disengaged. Get here. Do the recommendation of how to be more active. Step 3 is walk the talk. Make sure your management and managers are involved. Okay. No point saying yes, we support, but no action. Okay. When you ask the CEO or the boss to give an address to meet the new hires, he says, I have to talk. Okay. And then on PC. So they must be involved and be engaged with employees. Once the boss, the managers are involved in engaging the employees, the rest will follow. HR, you need to facilitate, okay, and make sure the involvement is regular and consistent. Not only once a year, twice a year, and that's it. It must be regular involvement in Step 4, create opportunity accounts. Okay, what are the employees' engagement activities that you want? Okay, do you need social activities? Do you need small group, focus group? Do you need town hall meeting, etc.? What kind of engagement program you want? Okay. Please know, says, okay, and you organize, okay, company-wide town hall meeting, because it's not serving that purpose. Okay, having town hall is to disseminate company information, but it will not help improve the manager's employees relationship. So then you will have the wrong type of employee engagement plan or program in place. Okay, so you then need to find out what kind of program will help build better managers employees relationship. So it could be team building, getting them to know one another, okay? Social activities in their department, etc., and so forth. Okay, select leaders or facilitators to champion the program. HR cannot do everything, manage every program. So you get other managers, other employees, senior employees to champion, okay, to organize those activities. Develop policies and procedure about employee engagement. Make sure it's stated in your handbook that you're all very involved. So like I mentioned, there are many types of activities for employee engagement. You must know which type will address what kind of gaps. Meetings, town hall session, will it helps to engage managers and improve managers and employees relationship? Will it help to improve benefits, salary? Okay. Does your social gathering and recreation activities address the training issue when people say there are lack of training in the organization or salary is low in the organization? Does social activities and recreation activities help? It may not. Okay. So you need to identify the correct program to address the gaps. Okay. And they may not be only one, you may need 2 or 3. Okay. So there are many types. So in my past, I do usually have, okay, not only department meetings, we have company-wide meetings, okay, every quarter. Okay, we have performance review twice a year. Department-wise, they have their weekly reviews, okay, which are all quite scrum meetings, 5, 15, 20 minutes kind of thing. We have coffee chats, okay, where we give time to employees together at the pantry and chit-chat. We have always conduct on an annual basis employee surveys. We have succession scheme. We have meet the leaders session. Okay, we have tea session with the MD or the CEO. We do have project or improvement team where we identify a company-wide issue, and we form teams from different departments to come up with brainstorm and come up with solution how we can improve. Okay, and then there's voluntary services, okay, celebration moment, birthday month, birthday party, and work-life balance. So there are many kinds of employee engagement. I know that, for example, like in HP, they do provide flexible work arrangement. They have flexible benefits, okay, and they also have job sharing. And I know at OCBC, they have voluntary leave for people who do volunteer work. Okay, they also organize volunteer activities for old folks home and so forth. So things like that to get people to work together, build team spirit. Okay, so all these are employee engagement. At the same time, it helps bring up the company image. Okay. Now, how do you deal with these engaged employees? Okay. So there was a question about this engaged employee. So the only thing you need to do is to find the cost of this. What are the causes for people to be disengaged? Talk to those employees. Once you identify who are the disengaged employees, go and talk to them. Ask them, why are they disengaged? Of course, they will not tell you initially. Okay. But you need to build trust. You need to build relationship with these employees, okay, and find the root cause. Why are they not happy? Okay. If they are not happy because of certain unfairness in the department, then it is not. Then if you go and get them engaged and go for team building, wah here, wah there, it will not help, because it has nothing to do with the team spirit in the department. It has to do with the managers, okay, managers management style. Okay, so you need to address the manager that to get him to go into some form of training to improve his leadership, so that he will be fairer to employees, to his or her employees, treat people equally, and so forth. Then people in his department or his employee will now be more engaged. All right. So I have a question that was asked, about healthcare being overburdened. What is that? Is that the root cause? Is that because of compensation? All right. Or is it because of some other thing? You need to find out what is the root cause of those disengaged employees in the healthcare. They talk about overload. Well, I may agree. Then engaging them may not help. And the root cause of lack of manpower. Then the next thing is to address your manpower issue. Look at your manpower issue. How you can get in more people and get them to stay. Okay. And tell the existing employee not to leave. No point for you to engage one and two go out. Then you'll never fill the cap. They will be overburdened. So you tell the existing staff, stop leaving. We will get in more staff. All right. And then some of them may be complaining about work-life balance. Okay. Some people may not want to work overtime or work shift. And then you force them to work on overtime, work on shift. They are not happy. They resign. Okay. So like I said, you must understand the employee's needs. So these are people who are married with children. They doesn't want overtime. They doesn't want to work on shift. Okay. They may work occasionally, but not long term. Whilst the younger one, fresh from school, fresh from college, they are eager to work, eager to prove. Okay. Get them to do more overtime, get them to do shift. They'll be happier because they can earn more. All right. So you need to look at the cause of why people are disengaged and address it correctly. If you address it wrongly, then that will be a problem. Okay. There was one question asked, how to convince management not to dismiss result of employee satisfaction survey by saying, maybe the employees did not understand the question, therefore they answered wrongly. Well, I do not know what was the question. Why they say the employee did not understand the question. Is it your question is very vague? All right. So setting up question for employees satisfaction survey is important. It has to be clear what you're trying to target at. Okay. So if the answer is not very clear, then do a resurvey one more time on that area. Okay, if employees are not getting the question, answering the question correctly, then do another survey on that part, but rephrase the question. Okay, and then show the result. If the result is still the same, then you have to tell the manager, look, the employee understand the question and they are giving this answer. Well, if the management want to dismiss it, then I say it's an employee engagement program failure because step one is gone. You did not get your step one right. Commitment and support from the top management. You did not get it. Okay, that's why I say, if you don't get commitment and support from your top management, forget about your employee engagement plan. This is the most important. All right. This is the most important. You can do many employee engagement program activities. If there's no commitment and support from top management, it's of no use. And if they don't walk the talk, if they don't be a role model and show that they are committed, okay, and be involved in listening and communicate with employees, then it's wash up. Okay, no point. Okay, all right. Don't waste money, don't waste time. You want to improve the organization, you want to have employee engagement. If your CEOs tell, hey, we need to have employee engagement program, we need to be like other multinationals, you know, can you put in place an employee engagement program? First thing, ask them, are you committed? Can I have your support? Okay, and if you have done a survey thereafter and you give it to your management and they dismiss, then you tell the manager, look, you want employee engagement and you say you support and be committed. Now you tell me you dismiss what people are giving you feedback about the company. You dismiss it, means you don't have trust. Okay. So therefore, I'm not going forward with any employment engagement because it will not help. It will not get the results. Right? So please look at the root cause of the problem. Okay? I always keep telling HR people, you want employment engagement, look at the root cause of the problem first. Talk to the disengaged employee. Why are they not happy? Why are they leaving? All right. I do not want to mention, okay, but my daughter is in the healthcare. All right. And she has friends in different hospitals. Some hospital, her friend was telling her the turnover rate is so high. Okay. Employees are so unhappy. Why? I asked my daughter, why? Why are they leaving? Why are they not happy? Oh, because okay, of the long hours they have to work. Okay. I said, why are they working long hours? You are also in this hospital working long hours, but you are happy. Yes, okay, because sometimes we have long hours, but certain days, okay, we don't want to work. Okay, there's a balance. Okay, we don't have continuous. Okay, and that make us sometimes volunteer to do overtime when somebody is not around who take urgent leave or sick. We will always cover. We help one another. But in the other hospital, okay, when they want to go off, take urgent leave, cannot. Okay. But my son is sick. I need to take half a day. Cannot. Can I change my shift? Cannot. You know. So some people are very rigid. Okay. The administrator is very rigid, not flexible. Then end up people are unhappy. I cannot do this, I cannot change, I cannot do anything. Okay, then I'll become disengaged. I will create problem. I don't come, I fall sick, I take MC. Okay? And then when they do that, the other employee has got no choice but to extend their hours of work extra overtime and so forth to cover the gap. And they become unhappy as well. From engaged, they become disengaged. So what was the root cause? Root cause was there was this administrator who is inflexible, okay, who doesn't plan well, okay, all right, because making changes means extra work to the administrator. So the administrator doesn't want to do extra work, so everything cannot. So because of her, everybody unhappy, okay. So then you create a lot of engagement program, but did you solve the problem? No. You have plenty of engagement program in the hospital, but did they solve the problem? No. Okay. So please look at the root cause. And I can tell you many a time, the root cause of the problem is the last one, poor leader or managers. Okay. Many people resign because of their manager. Their managers are not understanding, okay, not supportive, not encouraging, okay, and so forth. Once you have a good manager, more than 80% of the things is solved. Okay? Employees will be more likely to be engaged if you have a good manager. All right. But once you have a no good manager, employees tend to be disengaged, because when a manager is not good, not strong, okay, his decision making will not be sound. There will be a lot of biasness, okay, unpopular things. Okay, so people will not be happy. So look up for the last part, poor leader and manager. This is one of the major reasons for disengaged employee. Okay. Like I mentioned, disengaged employees, you need to talk to them, you need to get the root cause and get them to talk to you. Here are the 3 golden principles that I always prescribe to. Maintain and enhance self-esteem. Make sure you go and when you talk to them, tell them the positive thing. Okay, don't say, hey, you are the disengaged employee. Why are you not happy, etc., etc. Huh? You must tell them things that is good. Okay. So please, okay, go ahead and build good relationship with the disengaged. UDT is going to launch a poll. Please answer, because we are reaching 4 o'clock and I'm afraid some of you may be leaving soon. In case you need to leave, then there's this poll that you need to answer or survey. She's launching it soon, so please answer it before you go off. Thank you. Okay. So please talk to them, respect them, say positive thing to them first. Then after that, ask them for their problems, their issues, why they are not happy, why they are not involved, okay, why they are disengaged, why they didn't participate, okay, and listen to them. Okay. Listen to their problem and respond. Dig further. If they say, oh, it's because of my manager, okay, then you need to ask, what's wrong with your manager? You need to dig further, investigate further, find, okay, why, what's wrong with your manager? Oh, my manager is not very supportive. Then do not accept that, okay, that the manager is not supportive. You need to find further. Why do you say your manager is not supportive? Can you give some example? Is he not supportive only to you in this instant, or all of it instant, or to everyone as well? So you need to find, okay, why is the manager not supportive to this employee or supporting the employee? Is he alone, or to other employees as well, or in this instance, or all the instances and so forth? Okay, you cannot generalize. You need to dig further, investigate and find. Okay, so you will continue to dig. Okay, so find out until you get to the root cause of the problem. And then after that, ask the employee, what can we do to help get the managers to be more supportive? All right? Get them to give you ideas, suggestions, so that once they give you ideas and suggestions, they become the owner. They will get it done. All right. If you are the one who is giving the idea, that it is your idea, why should I do it? Why should I accept it? All right, you're going to go and talk to the manager. I'm not going to talk to the manager. All right. So this is the 3 golden principles that you should use, practice, okay, and to talk to this engaged employee or poor performers or anything. Okay, always remember to use these 3 golden principles. It helps a lot. Okay. So, any question from the employee, from the participant, any one of you? Feel free to ask, okay? Employee engagement, a lot of people, a lot of organizations talks a lot, okay? But are they getting the results? Okay, some, yes, very good result. Why? Because they do their homework. They investigate first. They look at the cost. What is the root cause of the problem? Is it the teamwork? Is it the benefits? Is it the salary? Is it the managers? Okay, or is it top management support? What is the root cause? Okay. Address those root causes before you jump into employee engagement. Okay. Let's go back to our. Okay. So I talked about the healthcare. You need to look at the root cause. Why are they burnt out? Okay, I say because they got burnt out because the administrator is so strict, inflexible, doesn't want to work extra to change the schedule. Okay, everything sticks to what it is, and people are not happy. People start to take sick leave, go on urgent leave, and the rest have to cover up, and then they burn out. Okay, they feel that they deserve better compensation package. Okay, is this correct? Is this what they're really looking at, or is it the working hours, long hours, etc.? Why are they burn out? They burn out not because of salary, they burn out because of long working hours. So it doesn't equate. Okay. How to break the ice and get employees from different levels to share. Okay. Like I say, start from the new hire. When they come in, get them involved even before they come in. Join the group, join the gang. Okay. Break the ice. Okay. Don't let them, when they come in, okay, you have your orientation, your onboarding, your orientation. Assign a buddy to this new hire, okay, who will then teach the new hire the in and out, get him to know or her to know the people around, etc. Then they feel comfortable. Then they will settle down quickly, and then they will work with one another. Okay. Different levels to share. Well, getting feedback is not easy. Okay, every time you ask any feedback, even right now, ask you, do you have any question? Nobody answer anything. Okay, nobody say anything. So it's very difficult to get feedback and so forth, get question. Okay. Okay. So is it possible to share the slides? Yes, no problem. Just write to UDT. You can get the slides. Okay. So I mentioned, okay, getting feedback is not easy. You need to build relationship with the employees for HR. All right. So walk around, talk to employees. Don't just sit at your desk, HR people. Mingle around, have lunch with employees, tea breaks, okay, coffee chat, and so forth. Build relationship. And then once people understand HR, you're around to help, then they will open to you, and then they will give you feedback. Okay. Same for managers. If you have employees, okay, don't expect employees to give you feedback. Okay. So managers, you need to go down, talk to employees, okay, lunch with them, and so forth. Organize small group activities, okay, for your department to break the ice, etc. So then that will help. So building relationship will help to break the ice and get employees to share, to give feedback. Okay, if you don't do that, then it will be difficult. Okay, because this is not Asian culture to speak up openly. So we are very shy people, Asian people. Okay. And how to get engaged with hybrid employees? No different. Whether you work in office, you work from home, or half-half, everything is the same. No different. It's communication. Communication, feedback, active listening. Doesn't mean people work from home, you don't talk to them already. There's a barrier. No, there's no barrier. You can still use WhatsApp, you can use Zoom video, okay, conferencing and so forth to help you communicate. Of course, you do not know well what's the employee doing. Is he at his work best, or is he feeding his children, his child, right? So it's good to send a message. Hey, I need to talk to you. Are you available for a quick call? If you say yes, call him, talk to him. Okay. So there is this thing called mobile phone, but I do not know why people doesn't call me. Everybody still text me on WhatsApp. Okay. Yes. Are you available? Yes, I am. Call me. But no, they text me. Okay. So it is important, if people work from home, keep in touch. All right? Keep in touch. At the same time, when employees share information, what's happening in the organization, okay, don't leave them out in the cold. So if you have breaking news, oh, we want a big order, sales orders and so forth, announce it, okay, to everybody who's in the office as well as working from home. Okay. So today with technology, you have the HRMS, the HR management system. You can put an announcement. Everybody will get a notification on their mobile phone and they can read the news. Okay. Create small group, okay, on WhatsApp, okay, to work on projects and so forth, so that they keep in touch with their team. So there's no difference in how you work. It's just that hybrid people, you still need to communicate. You need to get them involved. That's it, right? And the best way is technology. And how to organize fun activities and rewards relating to employee engagement? Well, fun activities, social activities, recreation activities. What is fun to you may not be fun to me. You cannot please everyone. So you only please the majority. So get feedback, get survey, get poll. Okay. So use your HRMS to do a quick poll. Hey, we like to organize some fun activities. Please give feedback, give suggestion what we can organize for next month, fun activity. Then people will propose. Okay, can we have certain, I don't know, some of them may have barbecue, old fashioned, some may have new one, virtual games, okay, pool games and so forth. So depending on the age group, okay, certain older people like me, okay, fun means karaoke, okay, sit down, drink, chit chat. Okay. To the youngster one, they want hiking, trekking, outdoor, okay, or virtual, things like that. So different people have different desire on fund. So always remember, before you organize, okay, and you're not sure, the best people to give you is the employee. All right. I always throw this, if I do not know, I always throw it to the employee when I was a HR. Before I organize any activity for the year, I have a list of 20, 30 activities. I throw it to them. Please tell me what you want. If you find nothing in the list, you can add what you want. So they get, I get feedback. And then I organize according to the majority. And if they don't attend, I will whack them. I say, you are the one who suggests and you all never come. Then next time, okay, I have no trust in you. So everybody say they want, I organize, everybody come. Okay, because there's trust. They want to have the trust. So, okay, if you do not know what are the fun activities, ask the employee. They will tell you what they want. Rewards, okay. Usually employee engagement, we don't talk about rewards. Of course, sometimes when we look at suggestion scheme, you can give some reward. I remember in the past, every suggestion an employee make formally on my suggestion form, they get $10 per suggestion. And that suggestion must be meeting 3 criteria. It's either improvement, cost cutting, or saving, I cannot remember, resourcing or something like that, or customer service. So it has to meet certain criteria. So once they meet, we give them $10. And there are people who give in 5 per month, some even more. So in a month, they can get a few $100 extra. All right. And those suggestions that we pick up, we think is good, that we want to take action, implement, look at it. Okay. And if there's really a cost saving, they get 10% of the saving. So you can see there was a lot of active suggestion, and they really teamed into cost cutting, improving processes and so forth, saving money. Imagine if you save 100K, 10% is a lot. Okay, so I hope I answered all your questions. If you have any more, please feel free to stay back and and ask me. If you are shy to speak up during this session, you can always stay back and raise your hand and ask me. Okay. So please remember, okay, if you need help in looking at employee engagement, do come to us. We have our consulting services. All right. And I can help you to develop the employee satisfaction surveys and look at employee engagement plan and so forth. All right. Or you can look at our HRMS using technologies so that you can be more engaged with your employees who work from home or works in a hybrid arrangement. And don't forget our next session on succession planning, and also our next webinar on harassment. We do have some guide in our website under our resources. Please go and take a look. Which I have written. You may find it useful. You can always download it and read it. This basically tell you the how-to. It's not the theory, it's the how-to. Okay, how to do this, how to do that. Most of them tell you the theory, but I tell you the how-to. So stay in connect with us. There are all the links here for more information. So do keep in touch with us and stay abreast of what's happening. And if you have any inquiry, please do not hesitate to write to us. All right, last chance. Any question from you before we end the session? If not, thank you very much. Hope to see you in my next webinar. Thank you very much.